All right, all right. Welcome to Cultures versus Vultures podcast. I'm here with the host Trion. You got me, Lyneir.
We are also missing. It's going to be a third person with us. He's just not here at the moment.
Yeah, and that's Ronnie Brown. I'm sure all you guys know who that is, obviously. Yeah, and basically we just wanted to start a podcast, basically something that's going to empower like our people. That's why we call it Cultures versus Vultures. We want, this podcast is going to be utilized for all different type of things, right? It's going to be a safe space for us black men to speak on different situations, about progress in life, about things that's happening in life, and yeah, things like that. What you think, Tree?
I think what you said was perfect. Is empowering our people, not just honestly, not just us, just everyone. I feel like all three of us uh, share different perspectives of life,
Right.
and we just need to be heard. And certain misunderstandings that need to be understood about us.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot of things that people think about, like our culture or us, that we can just simply clear up. I think we walk on both sides of, how would you word that?
Both sides of the spectrum,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that totally makes sense, right? So I think like myself, right? Like we both worked on both sides of the spectrums, right? Like so we lived a certain way, we grew up a certain way, but now we raise our children a different way,
Different way.
and better than what we grew up. But we see both sides. We see the beauty in life, and we seen the part of life that was not so good that we had to overcome. So
and
yeah,
also we can relate to individuals that are still in living that maybe you haven't turned the corner yet. You're still in the wrong lifestyle, or you still haven't got there mature in your mature way.
right.
It comes with age, and there's some people that we know or that just aren't there yet.
Haven't got there yet,
Haven't
right.
got there. They will get there. You probably know somebody that you could see the potential in somebody that just ain't there yet.
Or put themselves around the right people to put themselves there, right? Yeah, sometimes it's there's I know a lot of motherfuckers in the hood that what I'm saying, that just want to do better, but their surroundings completely keep them where they're at, and sometimes they don't know better to put themselves around people that can help elevate them, because at some point in life, you have to choose, like, are you going to continue to be around these people, or are you going to put yourself around people that's on a different level that's going to help elevate yourself,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I definitely
It's
understand
and I'm all about like breaking how I present it to my kids is breaking the circle.
that. Exactly.
We are, as black men, we kind of, I'm never one to pull like race cards on anything and stuff like that, or because I'm black this, because I'm black that. It's not that. I do understand that is sometimes our upbringing, and it's just breaking the circle,
Your generational
the
curse.
generational curse, and
Right.
a lot of families have, and a lot of families dealing with a lot of trauma that ain't being dealt with. That's why we are here, because we understand the trauma. We are, well, there's three of us. We all understand that we have to get it. You have to get that off your chest. Sometimes you got to cry to somebody
Right.
and get that off of you. You know what I mean? And no matter
110%.
what it is we all suffer from something, and it's not being talked about. Just simply not being talked about. Now, we're not trying to be a shrink here. We're not trying to be therapists here or anything like that, but we're just saying it is okay for you to talk about it. And that has nothing to do with your color also. You could be white, Chinese, Mexican, you be whatever you want.
Yeah, let that be known for
Yeah,
sure.
let that be known.
Right.
We are talking to everybody.
Exactly.
You have to get that off your chest,
Especially
right?
as a man.
Especially as a man.
Right.
Especially as a man, because you will not be able to, how you treat your women, how you treat your kids, it's all going to lead into that. So if you're not getting any of that trauma off of you, it's going to stay with you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and I'm a prime example of that, bro. Like, before, like, I like seek therapy and things like that, like I would just bottle things in and just try to deal with it my own way, and that's just not the proper way to do it. It's everybody needs somebody, right? Sometimes your problems isn't your own to take on by yourself. Sometimes you have to ask for help. Sometimes you have to be man or woman enough to be like, you know what? I need someone to go through this storm for me, right? And that's what being friends is about. And that's like, we've had that relationship for, probably 20 years, right? And Ronnie included. Again, he's not here today, but he would definitely be in more episodes. But, you know, everybody needs somebody. And if you think you can take all of these burdens on alone, you're dead wrong.
You're dead wrong.
You're
You're
dead
wrong.
wrong.
Just to piggyback real quick off of what you're saying, I'm well into my 30s. I'm not gonna give you an exact age. I'm well into my 30s, and I am just as in the past few years, I'm dealing with the trauma. Sometimes I'm just crying, waking up just crying,
Right.
or not even waking up. Before it usually happens at night, and I'm just crying and I
Right.
don't know where to turn. And then my mind is wandering, and it's just I go back to childhood traumas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's simply because maybe I forgot to bring this up. Maybe I didn't say this. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's just a lot of stuff that we deal with as men that we just need to get off our chest. And we want to make this platform not simply just for that, because we're going to talk about a lot of things.
Exactly.
Current
Yeah.
events. Don't want to get too deep on y'all.
Right.
Current events, but everything family
Everything.
related, race related. We're gonna talk. I don't want to talk too much about politics, but I'm pretty sure we'll get into that
That's
somehow.
exactly.
Especially when
It
Ronnie
always
is here.
it always
It's gonna
happens.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Right.
Our families, where we
course.
come from, our how we done messed up in life, how we didn't learn from that. We're not gonna get too deep into our personals right now, but we will get there.
will
I
get
promise you, we will be letting y'all in our business. If you know us, you will know our business here. We're not here to hide anything. We need y'all to learn from our mistakes.
That's facts.
And how you take it is how you take it, but we're gonna let it all out. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything.
Nope.
Not here.
I hear, and that's what this platform is about. Like, it's all going to be left on the table.
It's all gonna be left on the table.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's going to be some comedy to this shit, right? Because obviously I'm goofy, right? Trion's goofy. You know what I'm saying? So just don't think that it's going to be us just like, oh my God, pouring our heart out every episode.
Super
That's
deep. I can't watch them. They deep as hell.
Yeah, they too deep. These motherfuckers just crying.
That's
on
Martin
here.
Luther King and Malcolm X sitting up there. Damn.
No, it's not going to be that. We're going to be talking about events. We're going to be talking about funny things that happened. I might cut scenes and show you like a funny ass reel or something like.
We might make phone calls if we got to call. Hey, let me talk. Let me show you this. You
Right.
think I'm lying? Watch this.
Right. And also, a lot of different influential people in the K. We definitely want to, invite you guys over. You know what I'm saying? This is the first episode. Production is going to grow and everything's going to, we got a whole lot of things in line. So
I don't want to cut you off too much because that's another thing. Okay. Because this is our first, we just hit record. This has been in the makes for months now. And we just was like, fuck it, today.
Today is the day.
And we just pushed record and sat down. Boom. We ain't wrote nothing. This is just winging it. This is winging it.
Exactly.
So what he said is we want y'all to see that how we grow. As you see right now, we sitting on a red couch. We got 2 mics. We got our soundboard and stuff in front of us.
Right.
It will get better, and we want to show you this.
Exactly. And we want you guys to grow with us.
Grow with us,
right? Once you start seeing like the signs and things like that, share it. Like I said, it's going to be so much that we're going to talk about. But yeah, with that being said, welcome to Cultures versus Vultures.
Culture versus vultures.
Right.
Now, when production is better, we'll have a little button in it. I'm pretty sure LY make some sounds and some beats in it. We have a little DJ in here after we do that, and we have like a drop that bomb type of thing.
Type shit.
We ain't got that right now.
We got it. We
getting there.
Yeah, we just didn't throw that in the mix. We were just so excited because we've been talking about this for months, and we just wanted to just get it on wax.
Get it on wax.
Get it on wax. Let the world know. Let the K know that this is what we doing. So, without further ado. You know what I mean? Before we start get deep into what we're talking about today, we got to go ahead and do a moment of silence for our boy Droop, right? He was a legend out here in the K, right? A lot of people know him. He big brother of mine, man. Like, you know, I met Drew back in 2009, and I was, you know, it hurts me to hear the news that I heard, and I think this is. It would have been such a pleasure to have him on here because you know he was gonna talk that shit
He
on
gonna
here.
talk his shit.
He gonna talk his
what
shit.
that Droop talk.
Yeah, Droop talk.
That Droop talk.
Oh man, he would have talked his shit
He
on
would've
here.
talked his shit.
Man, but you know what? That's okay. We're gonna do this in his spirit. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a little moment of silence before we get started. Okay. I don't really know how long it's supposed to be, so I guess that's long enough.
That's long enough. He laughed. I know he laughing with us. He laughing at us. He laughing with us. Yeah.
Rest in peace, mama nigga.
So with that being said, we not to speak on Droop, the Droop situation, and you're gonna hear probably a lot of stories from us on this podcast, and there's sometimes we ain't gonna be able to say names, of
Facts.
course, because I know I got stories that I just can't say names.
We already know that's part of the culture.
That's part of the culture.
That's part of the culture.
Yeah, we've been there, done that. But
Exactly.
us being from Kenosha, I think it'd be a disservice to us to not say his name, Droop, DJ
Right.
Droop.
Also known as Booby.
Also known as Booby. He is no longer with us. He has passed on. He's in a better place. How he passed is none of our business. But we did a moment of silence, and I wanted to speak on, just piggybacking off of him no longer being with us, is our family members passing, and we're winging this right now. So, but I did want to speak on this. I know it sounds cliche, is like tomorrow is never promised.
Facts.
Very cliche, but it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. God forbid one of your kids, your mom, your pops, your uncle, your cousin, you're texting them, and then you wake up. You just was with them last night partying. You wake up just to hit them. Hey, well, same time today, tomorrow, same time.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, you didn't answer. Damn.
What's going on? And they not there no more.
That's
So
reality.
It's very much reality.
Facts.
To mend these wounds that you have with your family members. And I'm a person that tries to practice what he preach.
Right. I
have a mother right now, and we'll get to that in different podcasts. We'll not get too deep. That I'm sort of estranged from.
Okay.
And she's in a nursing home as of right now. Do I see her as much as I should as her being her son? I do not.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Why do you feel like you don't?
It's a lot. He just caught me off guard with that one, which is good.
Right.
And I don't want to make this episode about that. We
Okay.
gonna get into that. I'm not running from that.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not running from that question.
Okay.
Just know that I do have mommy issues. I got mother
So do I.
issues.
Yeah.
Okay. We gonna deal with that in the future. Today is about everyone.
Okay.
But I will speak on that. I don't see her as I should.
Okay.
She is just, I love her.
Okay.
She is my mother. I acknowledge that.
Okay.
We have that kind of relationship. Maybe I can, I know it's on me to make it better. I know she is my mother, but she is in a nursing home. There's not much that she can do to fix things as of right now.
So is she like not capable? Is she like living in a nursing home and she's like with it? Or is she like going like senile or something? Or is she?
So she is. The last couple of times I've seen her, she knows me. She know that I'm son. Hey, that's my son. I walk through there. Look at my cute son. Come on over here. You know, she embarrassed me, do mom shit.
Right.
But me explaining things to her, she isn't so much comprehending all the time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we could talk about something. She'll be like, then why you do that? I just told you.
Okay.
You know, sometimes, and I don't know if it's a sad thing to see her like that for me. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's I don't want to see my mother like that, or if it's, you said something to me months ago that I haven't been feeling how I should feel about my mother.
Okay.
And I told you that. And I don't know if you remember what you told me. And I was like, oh, you told me that you mourned her already.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yep.
You said, yeah, you mourned her already. You just in your mind, you've put it that she's no longer. You didn't say this, but that's what we mean it.
Right.
She's no longer with us, and
I remember that conversation.
I thought that like, damn,
Yeah.
did I mourn her already?
That's the truth, man. And like, obviously, my mom's situation, and like we're back good now. But, it was a point in time where I thought that I was never going to talk to my mom again, right? Because she made that evident that she didn't want to talk to me. So when I told you that's real life shit. Like, in my head, because I haven't talked to my mom in 5 years, and I thought that was just gonna be it. In my head, I mourned her already, right? And I remember having that conversation with you. We was at Tavern on 6, and I mourned her already. And when I say that, is just like I haven't talked to her in 5 years. I had to mentally prepare myself on how it's gonna be when her time comes, because I never thought I would talk to her again. So, in my head, when I seen her again, it was like seeing The Walking Dead, because I cried about it. I mourned about it. I was angry about it. I went through all of those emotions that you think that you would go through when you lose a close one, all while she was still living. So when I seen her, I was just like, damn, I'm looking at The Walking Dead right now. Like in my head, I had your funeral already. In my head, I already went to, talk to you at your gravesite, or talk to you about what all we've been through. So it threw me for a real crazy loop when, she finally came around and came back into my life. It's just like, I got to learn. It's like I met my mother again. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by that. Like, a lot of people who have like these, fucked up relationships with their parents or anybody, and, you still love them for a distance and you still have love for them, but you just know that it's not right for y'all to connect. Most people mourn those people already. You know what I'm saying? And realize that like, hey, like this relationship will never be.
So I used to, I took that and was like, have I mourned her already?
Yeah.
And then like, there's certain days, and it might be once a year, once every 8 months, once every 6 months, that I can't control my emotion, and I find myself really just out of touch with things and just crying. And the last time it happened, I had to be drove to my sister's house.
Okay.
And no one could hold me but my sister, because she was the only one that understood. She just held me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I put her in the back of my head and mourned her already, because I was agreeing with that notion before. But if that's the case, I didn't know why I was still feeling this way.
Well, I would say that there's different triggers, that it was something that triggered you, right? It could have been a song that you remember from you as a kid. It could have been something on TV. It could have been a car. It could have been something that triggers, that goes into that subconscious mind and be like, damn, this reminds me of this. Holy shit, I feel this way, right? That's what I think happened. It's not that you haven't mourned her. You probably haven't dealt with the trauma that comes with her as well, right? So you probably getting triggered by certain things that's making you feel that way, right? Like it's happened with like me thinking about my mom, right? Like, it's happened plenty of times.
Yeah, I think I don't know how about you with you, but with me, it happens. I think what's triggering is my person that I'm with.
Okay.
I think sometimes she'll say things or she'll move a certain way, and I'll immediately be like, oh, like on the border of like abandonment issues. Like, why you moving like that?
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know my person ain't finna go nowhere. You know what I mean? She underneath me, and I've learned to back off. But it sometimes, like, if we're not in a good space, me and her, and she'll move a certain way. Oh, what was that about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
An immediate trigger. You know what I mean? Oh,
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. I'm going straight back to my mother. And It's a lot of things I've dealt with my mother, or in general, maybe even the women in my family, because we'll get to it in different podcasts. Even with my grandma, I'm not in the right place with my granny either. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And it's just as I'm catching it with age, I'm just like, okay, I'm going through it, so I have to start dealing with it. Right. And we started this conversation on just speaking about other things. I didn't want to get too much into my life because we have different podcast episodes for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so just know that I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, let's get back on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
if if like with the Droop situation, if
Mm-hmm.
this teaches you nothing, if something like this, you know what I mean? If you are mad at the loved ones, or y'all not speaking, y'all holding a grudge, or you got like a elderly mom, dad, or somebody that you're close with, it let it if it ain't that big of a deal, like ain't no bloodshed, ain't no really
Yeah.
physical, or something like that, let it go. Because
Yeah.
it at the end of the day, when they not here, you gonna be like, was it that serious?
Facts. Yeah, and I thought about that all the time when me and my mom didn't talk, and we'll in further episodes we'll get into why we didn't talk. But the 5 years, I'm thinking like, damn, like she really meant that she never wanted to talk to me again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll try to call, I'll try to do all this shit, and I always thought like, damn, what if something happens? And what I also want people to recognize is that forgiveness is not always for the person. It's for you.
Yep.
Right? I had to forgive her for me, not for her to give her validation and make her feel better about herself. I did it for me. So when that time comes, something that everyone in this world is promised, that I forgave her and we gave it another shot. Right? And my therapist told me that that's exactly how it should be. Right? And we'll go deeper into therapy, but I'll just give you a little situation on what my therapist had me do. He called it the empty chair technique, right? And this shit blew my mind after it, right? He told me, write down any person that caused you trauma in your life, write it down on a piece of paper, put that piece of paper in a chair, and say whatever the fuck you want to say and how they hurt you in your life. Bro, I did that. And the things that came out that I didn't even think that I remember just came, right? And it just made me feel like the world lifted off my shoulders. It was crazy. You should try it, or y'all should try it if you really got some trauma going on, and that person, you can't speak to the person about it. Write their name on a piece of paper, put it in an empty chair, and just let loose. It's really like you talking to them, and it whatever's in the back of your brain comes to the front, and it definitely helps. It definitely helps. I'm just saying that.
Trying it tonight.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it man, bro.
Trying
Bro,
it tonight.
I
I've
was
seen it
all-
with my own eyes.
I was all in my feels when I did that, man. And it was just like, damn, I got everything out. I was like, damn, I feel better. I feel better. It was emotional. I was crying. It was whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to say I was crying. Yes, men cry, everyone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They lying.
They lying.
They lying. They in the bathroom. I gotta use the bath. They crying.
Facts.
In the shower, they crying.
Facts.
Yep.
Those car rides home from work. You know
They
what I'm saying?
crying.
They crying. They crying.
They crying somewhere.
Somewhere.
They crying.
Yeah.
And all to speak on that,
Right.
they're crying. If you're with somebody, I mean, if you're with somebody worth keeping around, he's your partner. He's good for you, and he's probably dealing with something. He's probably somewhere crying.
Facts.
Find him.
Facts.
Let him cry with you. Let him cry to you.
Speaking on that, and maybe we can make it easier for a woman to understand when a man is going through that. What do you think is some signs that a man give when he's going through something that that he will probably want his woman to recognize, but they don't?
But he don't want to just say it.
He just don't want to say it.
I shouldn't have to tell her that. She should know. She don't know.
I get it.
Men, she don't know.
She don't know.
She don't know. She supposed to know. She She don't know.
Facts.
She has no clue.
None.
So, take a walk. Take a drive. Baby, let me talk to you. Let me tell you why. This is why I've been sitting in bed. This is why I've been just sitting on the couch. This is why I've really been distant from you. And it's nothing you did. Can I talk to you?
And I'll tell you right now, what you just said was one of my it's probably still one of my biggest issues that I'm working on, right? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't know how to say that to a significant other, right? I'm just gonna be honest with you.
To this day.
I'm working on it, right? As of right now, I don't have a significant other right now, but we'll go deeper into that. But Yeah, that was that. I feel like that was like one of my issues right there. What you just said.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard it would have been for me to be like, "Yo, I need to talk to you. I'm going through this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault. This is what I'm going through." And that's why I seek therapy, because it was like, it's no way I could have had that conversation. I would have been embarrassed. I would have been like, no,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm tough. I don't want her to see me like this. But yeah, so I applaud you if you had that conversation with your significant other.
So my thing is with I have it took me a while.
Okay.
She might have had to bring it out of me, you know what I mean?
Facts.
I didn't I do know now that I could just be like, simply, hey, let me talk to you, because I would want that from her.
Right.
Let me talk to you. I'm going through it. You know, she goes through her own shit, you know, which we'll probably get to. I'll ask her if she wants to be on, or if I could talk about it freely.
Right.
She go through her own shit, you know what I mean? We both come with baggage. Everyone does.
Okay.
Everybody got their own little baggage.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't, I was one to be like, she should know. Now, I ain't gonna lie. If it's something that she has pissed me off about, it's a little shit, she still acts confused. What's wrong? Girl, you know damn well, you know what the hell you done.
Right.
Like, the women love it. What's wrong? I know what I did, but what's wrong?
Right.
You know what you did.
Exactly. You
know what you said.
You already know.
You know what you said. You know what you did.
Right.
So,
you ain't lying, bro.
I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah.
Because it might be something else that I didn't do.
Right.
Oh, it ain't that bad.
Crazy. That shit crazy.
Yeah. So it did take me a little while, but I think the biggest thing is with your person, it depends on who you really with, because if they not understanding of you're going through something, or not willing to fight these battles with you, they might not just be for you, because there is gonna be women out there. I ain't trying to raise no man. I don't want. Hey, whoa.
Right.
I didn't ask you to raise me.
Listen a little bit.
Just listen, and I don't want you to literally listen to me. You know what I mean? You got your own mind and stuff like that, but I'm going through something. Can you hear me out? Can you some things I do need, as I'm dealing with mommy issues, I would like to hear your opinion about a couple things.
Right.
Why do you think my mother acted like that? Or did you think she loved you know, you're going to be voice of reason for me.
Right. Facts.
And I'm going to be that person for you. But if men knew how easy it was just to simply be, you're trying to be hard at home.
Right. And
for what?
Facts.
We go off into the world. I'm gonna go somewhere with my family. We gonna be tough. I'm very unapproachable when I'm out with my family anywhere in public. I've been getting better at that, which my person has taught me.
Right.
We keep saying person. We'll get into that. We'll get to know our business further down the line.
Right.
With my person right now, it's none of your business.
First episode, none of your business.
First one was none of your business.
I feel it.
But my person has literally had made me open to people. I didn't like people. I was very unapproachable. I walk around like,
yeah, fuck you looking at.
Fuck you looking at.
Right.
Why am I doing that?
I mean,
why am I doing?
Well, you gotta. That's part of the culture.
Hold on. That's part of right there.
That's part of the culture.
That's what we're here for. Okay, we have to. We need an understanding about why we doing this shit.
Because you got to think, man. Like part of our culture, where we from, how we grew up, right?
We gotta be hard.
It's not even about being hard. Your fucking head gotta be on a swivel. You don't know who friends or foe, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if this motherfucker looking at me like this, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm with my family, like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be prepared to be on that, because you just never know. You know, our people hurt ourselves so much that I don't know if you just, you know, looking past me or you looking at me to see if, you know what I'm saying, if, you know,
either way, let's entertain it. What's up?
Right.
Yeah. Either way, what are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
So hold on. So before we get into a whole nother thing, because I could see now we could do this forever.
Right.
So we being hard in public for our family, you know, to make sure to let people know we ain't nothing to be played with, especially when it comes to our family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell no.
And we going home and still doing it with our women. We have to stop doing that. And you should. And if your person is making you feel like you got to be tough and hard at home,
you ain't doing the right one.
Or it's things y'all need to work on, because I'm at home. I want to be soft. I want to be a teddy bear with mine, with my kids, and with my person. You know what I mean? I don't want to come here and gangbang. I don't want to come here.
Facts.
I shouldn't have to carry a gun in the house. Like what? You know what I mean?
Facts, yeah.
I shouldn't have to carry in the house or you know what I mean? Just looking, cussing all the damn time. I want to be soft. I want to play around. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a lot of people I know that are gangbang with their women. And also the women back to them. You know, what? Why y'all doing it? What? But again, it goes back to our culture and having an understanding why we doing this. It's a bigger issue to why we acting this way. And I don't want to say we. You know, I need to change what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I don't want to. When I'm saying we just automatically black folks. I really feel like that's where we going here. I don't want to make it because this is for everyone.
It is.
This is for everyone because there's white men that's dealing with stuff. There's Mexican men. We are as men and women. We are dealing with something that needs to be talked about. You know what I mean? And I don't want it just to narrow. Yes, I love my people, but everyone is going through something, and I want this platform to be for everyone.
Yeah, facts.
For everyone.
Facts. I agree with that.
And what was I talking about? What was I saying?
How you don't supposed to be gang banging with your.
You ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be hard at home. You're just not. And I strongly disagree. You gang banging at home.
Okay.
And
being in the kitchen. Yeah, motherfucker. Make them eggs.
What we doing this for? What we doing this for?
Why are you so tough?
Why you so damn tough?
Why can't you just go smack some booty and get some eggs?
Yeah. Why you know just chill?
Right.
But that's what we were talking about.
Right.
We lost track. I'm sorry. We winging it.
We winging it. We winging it.
So and then I just lost it again.
Damn.
No, hold on.
Man.
So the question was,
right.
Why is it so hard for us to tell? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, that was like 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Why is it so hard for us to tell a woman that? It's us.
Right.
We're crutching ourselves because our woman honestly probably wants you to come home soft. Probably want you to. Why is she probably wondering why you hard here too? What the hell are you acting like this for here?
Right. Yeah.
And it's women. It's okay to just rub their back and be like, "Hey, what the hell wrong with you?
Facts.
What's really going on?
Why
nothing.
You on 10?
Get going. I ain't got nothing. No. What's wrong with you?
Oh God.
Like for real. Look at me. You send the kids away. Y'all got a moment at night. You know, and before y'all doing what y'all got to do, hey, what's wrong with you? What's going on with you? You have been this way for weeks, for months. What is going on? I'm comfortable with doing that now. I'm to that point, and she's okay with doing that to me. Like she a little rough around the edges. She
right.
Puerto Rican woman. She a little rough around the edges. So
rough rider.
So it might not be like what's wrong with you. It's just what the fuck going on with you?
Right.
The fuck going on, Poppy? Fuck going? No, she ain't saying Poppy.
I'm just fucking around.
She ain't saying all that. She
right.
like I said, she a little tough motherfucker, but
right.
she ain't. She's okay with being like, what's going on? You know what I mean? What's going on? And I think that's just what we need is just to get it out of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get it out your man.
Now, let me give you another way to think about this, right? Now, imagine if you had a mother that was able to speak to you in that way so you can bring it out. It wouldn't have been an issue in the relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
So imagine if you just had a mama there.
A mama there. Right, facts. A mama that just be like, yo, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Like, I used to come home mad and just go straight to my room.
Yeah.
I ain't had nobody to talk to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you had like a mom that was completely, or both of us, that was completely like, what's
engaged.
Wrong, son?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm noticing
because
something different.
It wouldn't fix the because you know what's crazy is I didn't know my dad.
Right.
Didn't know my dad all through my life. Just found him, and we'll get to that later on.
Different podcast.
Right. But I'm just now meeting my dad in my late 30s. I don't have like daddy issues. I got, and if I do, might not know what those are, but I know I got mommy issues. So my thing is it would have made it easier if my mother was the loving mother and ready, and she was young when she had me, or like most moms are. I'm her first child.
Right.
She was out doing, we don't have to get into that. She was a young mother, and she wasn't there loving, being the mother that she needed to be.
Right.
Which would have made it easier for me to turn into something. All through my 20s, you know what I mean? I wasted a lot of years dealing with just who I was.
Facts. Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable with who I was. I didn't know who I was.
Right. I know. I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Same.
I had no clue who I was.
Same.
And me not knowing my father, I simply just didn't know who I was. I didn't fit in with my brothers at all. You know what I mean? My brothers are not here. You know what I mean? All my brothers are put away.
Right.
I didn't know who I was.
I don't think they, me, knowing you for as long as I did, that I do. I don't think that you didn't know who you are because you always, had the type of loyalty and, things that you do now. I think you just didn't know what lane to pick. You understand what I'm saying?
I never heard you say that. Go ahead.
Right.
Elaborate.
When I say lane to pick, like part of you, didn't want to be in the streets, but that's what you grew up around. And part of you wanted to be a stand-up man, work and be a great father, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just can't do both.
You just can't do both.
You just can't do both. You're gonna be in the streets.
You can't have one foot in.
You can't have one, right. You can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna jump off the porch, or if I'm, or am I gonna work in corporate? Right? That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. And that's that's what I think you went through, right? Me knowing you is for how long I've known you, and me myself personally, right? The same thing. I didn't know either. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you found your lane early.
Well, I wouldn't say that it was early. It was
in your 20s.
It was definitely in my 20s. That was after like rock bottom.
I'm a late bloomer. I'm just adulting when I'm 30. Chill out. Y'all ain't getting that. Wow. I almost snapped after I just said it's none of your business.
Right.
I'm a late bloomer. So
right.
I fucked all my 20s.
No.
You know what I mean?
So I don't think that I found my lane early. Is just I chose the lane early. Right? Or what I wanted to be. I knew that, let it be known, I could have jumped off the porch years ago, right? You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I come from, I could have been put down and really been in these streets. But I chose different because it didn't feel natural to me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, why do I got to be hard all the time? Or why am I beefing with this person? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to beef with this person? This could be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I couldn't just be mad at a motherfucker just because they from a different hood. And they never did anything to me. So that just wasn't me. That just wasn't my lane. Mm-hmm. I found out what my lane was, and that happened to be sales happened to be cooking. You know what I mean?
Sell water to a fish, that boy.
Oh, my God. Sell a shell to a turtle. You feel me?
Ain't nothing to be played with.
Nothing to be played with. But that's exactly it, right? I told myself, I'll never forget, I told myself in 2011 when I was on the goddamn CTA, Chicago Transit,
oh yeah,
didn't have no money in my pocket in school, and I'm like, I never want to feel like this again. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. I don't want to feel like this again. I got $20 to my name, nigga. Like, and I gotta save that for the whole week so I can get back and forth to school. I ain't got no dough. I'm like, hell no, bro. So
nigga, you smell like fries.
Is it right? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I can't be doing this shit. Mm-hmm. So when I moved back to Kenosha, I said, whatever job gives me the chance, I'm gonna fucking do what I need to do. And that was Olive Garden. You get what I'm saying? Whoever hired me, I'm like, all right, I'm about to run one of these bitches.
He ain't never lied. I swear. I be so loyal to, like, I'm in a decent spot now.
Right.
I'm almost in there
right.
for my job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm just now into hidden managing status, and right. I'm damn near 1 foot into the office.
HR.
But I don't want to be HR. I don't want to do all that. But I told myself, whoever give me a chance, they gonna get the best motherfucking worker
facts
to ever they gonna be like, damn, what he doing?
Oh,
I'm telling
shit.
you what, whoever give me, I told myself that. And I'm so loyal. It's my person always says this to I'm loyal to a fault. I'm loyal to a fault. Not about me, but she be saying that about stuff.
Facts, yeah.
And I wouldn't say loyal to a fault, but it's just like the people I work around, they be like, why you working like that? Because they gave me a chance.
They gave you a chance.
They gave me a chance. They seen it in me.
Exactly. And when you, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. This ain't a color thing. This ain't a color thing. Please don't take it like that. And we explain, and I'll explain deeper in the episodes.
They're gonna take it like that.
They're gonna take it like that, but whatever. When you're black, you gotta work twice as hard.
I think that's known.
But some people don't know that.
And if you don't believe that, and we are not one to pull that card.
No,
it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. Because there's people that is above me right now that I know that I can run circles around.
Facts.
They shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there. And I've dealt with that, right? You know, and anybody that knows me knows any company that I moved up, that I've been to, I moved up there. And the thing is, I go in there and find out what makes the company tick and find out who the top honcho is, who performs the best. And then I outperform that person. Yep. And that's why they don't like me sometimes. It's because I'm going to be loud, proud, and black about it. Yeah, I came in here and sold this X amount way more than that guy did. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's how I do. My dad always told me, if you gonna work at McDonald's, you better be the best motherfucking burger flipper you can be. That's just me, right? But anyway, I did that with Olive Garden. You know what I mean? And I was there for 8 years. Ended up being like a district training, doing restaurant openings, training a lot of staff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I chose that lane because I said, in order for me to be a better person, I got to put myself around better people. That's just what it is.
But stayed around me.
Yeah. Right. Facts.
I was the exception.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen. Just because I walked out of the hood don't mean I can't put my one hand into it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not in the hood. I'm really a lame. Really a lame.
Yeah, all of us are lame. You know, they probably think we're lame right now.
They probably think we lame right now.
Lame
but you know what? Which I've been trying to teach him. Hopefully I rub off on him. I've been around him for years now. Yeah. I don't care.
I don't either.
Yeah, he care a little.
I used to.
He care a little.
I used to want that validation.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I know what I'm capable of. I know what I do to somebody.
Oh God.
I don't have to prove that to you anymore.
Right.
And I don't care if you don't know me. I don't care if you feel like I'm I'm a light skinned dude. So he pretty boy light skinned. All right. I just don't care. Just stay over there.
Yeah,
don't come over here.
That was my issue. I cared. I cared what people thought about me. I cared what people would say, or Lyneir's this, Lyneir that. No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Are you feeding my kids?
Right.
Are you paying my car note?
No.
You're not.
You're not doing that.
I don't give a shit what you got to say.
And
now I do care about my job. Hopefully they don't. I care about what they got to say. Facts. That's about it.
That's about it.
I don't care about what nobody outside of my blood. If your last name ain't Brown, I really don't care about what you're talking about at all. I think y'all should all learn to. There's a lot of people that care, bro. And a lot of people call me and talk to me about their problems and stuff like that. Obviously,
same.
And it's simply sometimes I'll be like, why are they calling me about this? You know they ain't got nothing to do with you, right? I know, but what? Yeah. You just told me a story that had nothing to do with you, but you pissed off.
Just completely, yeah.
What you mad for?
Yeah.
Did they make you lose your job? No, I'm still here.
The fuck you mad about then? But I was that person. I was that person though. I'm not gonna say.
No, a lot of people can't break it down like that, bro. I'm Mr. Oh yes, yeah. That's gonna be my nickname, Mr. Break It Down.
Oh God.
I'm Mr. Break It Down. You cannot. First of all, people don't tell me a lot of stories. A lot of stories about dumb shit. A lot of things because I'm Mr. Break It Down. Okay, what you said? What she told you? What? All right, let's break this down. She said she was there. You know you done fucked up, right?
Yeah,
I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
You gonna have to make it make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense.
Okay.
You gonna break it down in your head because some people tell you stories and you just be like, oh, that's crazy, and then they repeat it to me. I'm gonna be like, that made no sense. Bro. Also, yeah, especially like something when it comes to like law, people going to jail and stuff like that.
Man,
you can't tell me just random shit. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
You can't piss on me and be like, it's raining. No, you just pissed on me.
No, your dick is out. You're pissing on me.
You pissed on me.
Okay.
What's going on, brother?
Yeah. No,
sister. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. No, he ain't lying because you know what I'm saying. I'll so badly, you know what I'm saying, call Trion and just want the nigga to be on my side, and he be like, no, you fucked up. Man, like, shut your ass up, nigga. You supposed to be my friend.
I'm very voice of reason.
Oh my God.
Very voice of reason.
Like, damn, can you just say how, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we can do dirt. If we in the spot, I'm gonna do dirt with you. But when we get back to the house, that was dumb as hell.
Oh God.
You know you just fucked up and got us in trouble, right?
Right.
I helped you out, but
Nipsey said that shit.
The hell?
He said, my homies, I'll do some stupid shit and we have a melee with some homies. You know how Nipsey talk.
Yeah.
But he said as soon as we got back to the hood, he'd be on my ass.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
Why we do that?
Yeah, why you have to fucking pistol whip the guy?
So we saying a lot of words here. I don't know if it's gonna be able to be released on any of these platforms. We didn't said this word.
Oh, no, we should be good.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm new at this.
Yeah.
We winging it.
We winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is good. We can sit down and talk like this and just keep it going.
Yeah, of course.
But again, back on the subject about what this first podcast was about. It was about death.
Damn, we kind of
We went way the.
But that's the relationship.
That's what this is about.
That's the relationship.
This is what this is about.
Right. You know.
Come talk to us. Come talk to us.
Yeah.
This is what this is about. But listen, speaking on the deaths and stuff like that, I said in the beginning, you need to let that shit go, man. Go call your mama.
Okay.
Call your daddy. Go see your mama.
Okay.
If you are a parent and you have kids not too old, teenage kids, 20-year-olds.
I'm gonna stop it because I don't know what he's about to say. Apologize to that fucking kid, man.
Apologize.
I already know what it is. Yeah.
Apologize. You swear you right.
I brought you in this
I
world.
brought you in this world. You know that shit don't matter
At all.
Let me tell you something, parents. You gave somebody a house to stay in and food to eat.
Bra fucking O. It's what you're supposed to do.
Not even that. I'm gonna break it down.
Oh shit.
You gave them a place to stay
Oh man.
and some food.
Damn.
A family dog.
Ooh. Little smoke. Little Pookie.
Am I wrong? What you do with a family dog? You gave them a place to stay and some food, and you took them on walks. Sometimes you just let them out in the backyard.
Boop.
That's what you're doing with your kids.
It's more to parenting than that.
It's more dependent than that.
Oh God.
Also, you just disciplining them. You ain't showed them no love.
Nothing.
Now, I mean, this is not to everyone, obviously. And I'm not calling you because I know mom's gonna do the girl math.
Oh yeah.
And this is not being sexy. We gonna hold women to their natural power here on this podcast. We gonna tap into y'all. Y'all hold so much power. Y'all have no clue.
Right.
Not now.
Okay.
We just gonna speak on it. Y'all hold so much power, and y'all just have most of all this shit going on here is because I'm blaming on y'all because y'all can simply just be women and be like, no, this ain't, and put your foot down with some of these fuckboys, and we probably wouldn't have a lot of these fuckboys out here.
Yeah.
Because y'all hold a lot of power, and y'all just haven't tapped into it. Just tap into it. But
That's a
moms
podcast.
and dad, we'll speak on that later. Mm-hmm. Moms and dads, no one's calling you a bad mom. No one's calling you a bad dad. You just don't understand. And I'm here to make you understand. If you would just listen. Giving them a place to stay and giving them some food is not raising your child.
At all.
It's not.
Nope.
You're doing bare minimum.
That's below bare minimum.
That is family dog shit.
That's what you got to do so you don't go to jail.
Simply what you're doing.
That's it.
I did all it. I bought all it. That shit don't matter.
You see these ramen noodles in there?
What you teach you? What? Hey, dad. That ain't in the house that much. That you might see your kid every other weekend or every weekend, and you got another man in the house. At your baby mama house raising your kid. What are you doing different? Are you just letting your kid come over to the house and you're playing the game and you've got another woman over and you're entertaining her and your son or your daughter's just in the back room and she's at your house? Yeah. That's not raising a kid.
It's not raising a kid. No.
What are you teaching them? Fathers, what are you teaching your daughter?
Facts.
Are you teaching them the game? Are you teaching them, hey, stay away from motherfuckers like this? This is what I used to do, to stay away from that shit. I was a fuckboy.
Right.
What I do with my daughters right now is they know the game. Mm-hmm. I taught them the game. I can't be their mothers. I'm not trying to be their mothers. They mama gonna have to teach them about woman stuff. I can just teach them to keep their ears and eyes open.
That's facts.
That's it.
That's facts. you know, teach. I mean, that's the same thing I'm gonna teach my daughter, right? She's 3, you know what I mean? But when she gets to that age, you know, about 5, you know, we'll start having conversations. But yeah, that's the truth. You know, here, baby girl, this was kind of, you know, this is how daddy was. Daddy wasn't shit at one point in his life. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you need to look out, because, you know, I know how to not be shit. And I want to teach you the game on that, right? Because as a person that's bettering himself and want to be shit and not be shit, this is what you need to look out for, right? It's my job, I feel like, as a girl dad, to be like, hey, yo, yeah, that little motherfucker right there ain't it. I already can tell you what he about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about you, but when my daughter start dating, it's just like, we're going to have a conversation on the couch with your man and you. And I need to see what what little homie is about.
Yeah,
right?
so I taught the. Are you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good.
What I at a very early age, I kind of told my daughters is that, yeah, you can introduce me to people. First of all, you know what I mean? My daughters know not to bring me nobody with, hey, this T-Rex, this T-Bone. You know, they know not to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Out of respect for me, they know not to do that. And they know not to just be bringing me, hey, this Ralph, this Eric, this Mike, this, okay, you didn't brought
5 motherfuckers.
5 motherfuckers in here.
Hell no.
They know. So at a young age, dads, have the awkward conversation with your daughter. It's going to be awkward. So what? It's your daughter. It's your blood.
Facts.
Don't wait until they in high school. Then they're like, get away from me. What we having to have it young. 6, 7, have the conversation. Have the conversation. I've had a conversation with Susie and Angela. They know there's protocols, the sleepovers, it's all kind of shit to get done.
Sleepovers?
Yeah, we gonna get into that. I know how you feel about sleepovers.
Shit.
I know how you feel about sleepovers, but it's a whole checklist that Susie gives down. You know what I mean? Susie called me, ain't no daddies there, ain't no big brothers, I'll be like, damn, she already know. You know, I'm having a sleep over here and ain't no daddies, don't no daddy live there. It's a big brother there. Because she know I'd rather have it at my house because I know who I am.
Oh, God.
I'm not interested in little kids. So I let y'all have y'all space, little girl space. Ain't nobody in y'all space. Y'all good? Y'all need to eat?
Refrigerator full.
Yeah.
Juice boxes up in there.
I can't trust people to be me at their house.
Facts.
And that's not a shot at anybody. I don't know y'all.
Facts.
I know my daughter, though. She friendly as hell.
Oh, God.
And I know what I'm capable of. So we won't take it there. So have the awkward conversations with your daughter. So at the end of the day, parents, acknowledge what you're doing. You might think you're doing the right thing by your kids, and you might be a terrible parent to them. Just apologize, talk to them. Why this motherfucker don't like me? Go get them. If they don't live with you, knock on the door. Knock on the door. Because, listen, and I say this to a lot of people. You can't tell. I'm a story person.
Yeah.
You can't tell my kids a story about me that they don't know. They be like, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, God.
And I don't care how dirty it is, how trifling it is, how stupid it is. I know my daddy. I knew he did that. You ain't telling me, yeah, I got some dirt on your daddy. No, you don't, because I knew that. I knew it when he did it.
Right. That's
how me and my kids are. They know it. So if you're not getting along with your baby mama, and I'm starting to understand I didn't understand I ain't messing with my kid because my baby mama crazy, which is still foreign to me. I still don't respect
I don't give
it.
a fuck about
I still don't
none of that.
kind of respect that.
Where the fuck my daughter at?
Yeah, where my daughter at?
Oh,
so
God.
I'm a big person on actions and stories. So I don't care how your baby mama is. So I'm gonna be at your house knocking at your door for my kid.
Oh, God.
Even if that kid don't want to come outside on account of what you done said, or we might not get along. I'm gonna make it an effort that when my kid is 20-something, 30-something, or I'm no longer here, I wasn't talking to my daddy. We had a disagreement, but you know what he did? That nigga came to my house, knocked on my door, and said, "Get your ass. I want my daughter. I want my son." He came over there every Tuesday at 3:30 and knocked on the door, and I didn't come out. You know, I didn't come out. I wasn't fucking with him. He came over there every Tuesday to get me.
Okay.
And I wouldn't come outside. That's going to be the story.
On that Jody from Baby Boy. I want to see my son.
That's going to be the story. With me.
Oh, God.
He tried. Ain't going to be no, he ain't tried. Because kids will do that. Baby mamas will do that. See, he just gave up on you, baby.
Hell no.
He ain't give a fuck. He never loved you in the first place. And you just going to ride with that. I'm not riding with that. You shouldn't ride with that.
Oh, God.
Go change the story. You letting someone else tell your story. You letting someone else tell your story, and then you might not get along with your baby mama. You gonna let somebody you don't like tell your story? You not there. You don't talk to your kid?
Right.
And some of y'all live in the
same city.
That's wild.
Same city.
This ain't no shot at nobody. This is no shot at. This a lot of people doing this.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing
There's
this.
a lot of people doing this.
Yeah. Shit. If the shoe fits, then it fucking fits.
Yeah. If the shoe fits, it fits.
Right. Oh God.
Don't let nobody tell your story, brother. Go knock on that door. She take you to court. Yeah. Oh, she called the police on me. I will just be getting arrested
every
Tuesday in front of my kid. But guess what? That's gonna be the story. My mom called the police on my daddy because he knocked on the door.
Oh God. Hey, getting arrested again, baby girl.
Getting arrested. I wanted to see you.
I wanted to see you.
Yeah, all right. Watch your head. Watch your head.
Hang tight, buddy. You know when the pop seat.
I'll be back here next Tuesday.
Yeah. Restraining order and all.
I didn't sign 32 signature bonds.
Oh God.
Because I just simply wanted to see my kid. My kid gonna have a story. He was trying. So listen, it's okay to fall out with your kids, and it's okay to not speak to them for a week and stuff. Me and my oldest daughter do that. We be beefing all the time. She know I love her. Okay. And sometimes she just growing, and I just have to realize she becoming this woman, and I'm just like, okay, let it go. Sometimes I got to call. Hey, I apologize for that. That was, I can't talk to you like that. Yeah. I know I'm bogus. I'm sorry for that. You know what I mean? Then we go back and forth. We have our own things. She never has disrespected me though. Sometimes I'm going through stuff, and it leads back to my mama. Right. Sometimes I'll go through shit and be just like, this who, and I'll blow up. She be like, the fuck you blowing up? What's wrong with you? Right. And then I have to realize she grown, and she could just be she ain't never hung up on me or nothing. She could just be like, yeah, I'm not having this conversation.
Or I don't want to have this conversation right now.
Yeah. And she never really did that. But I don't know how to take her growing up. So I'm just like, damn, how do I navigate through this?
And I feel like, you know, they're little humans. Like, all right, you don't want to have a conversation right now. I respect that. But we still gonna have a conversation at some point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if now is not a good time, it's not a good time. Yeah, I get it.
I always say, okay, is dad talking now? Because my kids have a platform with me. It's an open door. Come talk to me. Tell me about myself. Facts. Oh, okay. I understand that. I can relate to that. That's real shit. I'll try to change how I'm acting when it comes to that. Right. You know, it's an open door. But they know once I start, hey, it's my time. It's dad, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Because if my kids, we have a relationship where if they know I'm not allowing them to talk anymore, I'm done hearing you. Mm-hmm. Now it's dad time. Now I'm obviously this way because, and sometimes I am wrong with it, and they have to let me finish. Right. They'll give me that out of respect. I'll let you finish. You're wrong. Okay. And then I'll be like, okay, I didn't see it that way. Maybe I am wrong. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it is just dad talk. Oh, I need to talk now. So it's gonna be hard to navigate if you're hands-on with them as they growing up. My son right now want to be a YN so bad. Right. You know what I mean? But he want to work. He want to work so bad, but be a YN. You know, he want to walk around, let his nuts hang, but then he want to work. You know, he's having the same problem.
Identity crisis,
like a motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to see him through that as the best I can, as to be the father. But I gotta let him knock his head also. Right. You know what I mean? Gotta let him knock his head as being the man in him. But I want him to see my failures because he needs to see that and listen to that. Keep his ears and eyes open. That's what I be telling him. Keep your ears and eyes open. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. He needs to see that and knock his own head and do his own mistakes. I can only guide him so much. But if you want to be this person, you can be this person. But I've got hope for him here that he's going into high school. He's gonna he's gonna turn that corner. Exactly. It's either gonna be for the good or for the bad. But he's got to knock his head.
And you know, and sometimes you got to just be like, hey man, look at your uncles, man. Like
all the time. That's he. You know? But you know that's his go-to. I think he's taking offense to it. Yeah. That's what he do. Yeah. Like my uncle. You know what I mean? He takes it as a joke.
Shit ain't a joke.
Shit ain't a joke. But again, let him knock his own head. Shit ain't a joke.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
You know what I mean?
Because you got 3 different scenarios that you could tell them. Like you got a brother that's been locked down since 2006? 06. God damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then another one that's probably been locked, you know what I'm saying?
He come and go. He been going for a while now though. Going on 11. Damn near 11. Damn.
That's what I'm saying. And then
I can't wait. If we still doing this, hopefully we still doing this when we come home, brother. his brain to be picked. He got. I would
one?
love Punkin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He would be. Forget about it. His stories is A1.
Right.
I would love to pick his brain.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. A person that's been like incarcerated, that in and out and seeing.
He's found religion and everything. You know what I mean? He's really he's really doing the time instead of letting it do him. I got another brother he's been going since 06. He been letting all that time do him.
Damn, all of it,
brother.
Damn, 06, bro.
He been letting that time do. Punkin, he in there reading up on his books. He got the Quran, all it. You know what I mean? Okay. He's into that. He there.
When does the brother come home that's been down since 06?
You got a little bit. So I always go off what Angela is. I believe my oldest daughter was born in 06.
Okay.
When she, I believe, I go off her age, and that's how long he been in type shit. So
18 years.
Yeah. So I believe he comes home when she's 25.
God damn.
Yeah.
No parole or nothing?
It's Wisconsin, baby. Stop coming to Wisconsin catching cases. If you from Illinois, this ain't Illinois, brother. You doing all that.
You do all of it.
They said 25. Yeah, so like I get like so I come home in like six. No. They said 25.
That's life.
They need that.
That's life. They say 25 to life for a reason.
They need that. They need that.
Come on vacation, go home on probation.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
You go to these prisons around here, they ain't from here. Most of them ain't from here. I came here, thought you niggas from Wisconsin was lame. I let y'all ass have it. And now they threw the book at me.
God damn, bro.
They need all that. Ain't no 50% good time, 80% on. I took 8 for 2 for 8 at 50. No. This is nope. It's everything 100. I said 25. Didn't I get back in there?
God,
I said 36. Get back in there.
25 years. 25 years, bro.
Yeah, brother.
God damn.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Nope. And
he said nope.
Nope.
God.
That's why
damn.
I'm a lame. I ain't gonna
Oh God.
leave me alone.
I'm a lame until it comes to my family, goddammit. Yeah.
That's all. Shit,
if I'm gonna do 25, you're gonna have to really do some shit to me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some shit to my kids, honestly.
Oh God.
And not even honestly, not even to honestly, if I'm with my fiance, if you did something like that she didn't agree to, and you did something to her, yeah. If you did anything to my kids, it's like my daughters. I mean, my son, they my sons. Y'all can handle that. Yeah, you know what I mean. If I had to step in, I had to step in. You play with my daughters any kind of way, it's gonna be one.
It's gonna be one.
It's gonna be one at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I'm willing to do 25 for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But for my daughter, not on no stupid street shit. I'm sorry,
bro. The young niggas out here losing their damn mind.
Losing their goddamn mind.
These young niggas is just shooting up shit. That I be seeing documentaries in Chicago. They just walking around with the shit in public on camera.
Switches.
This the most tellingest on they self ass generation I've ever seen in my life.
Ain't no secret to shit.
Ain't no secrets to shit. I did it. What? And then when they get locked up, them niggas snitched on me. Wow, you just said you did it.
Oh God.
You just said you did the shit.
Man, listen. But you know what's that? You know, it's been an hour now.
Has it?
Yeah.
Where you sit? Oh, it's been. Hey, we carried that. We did that.
We carried that.
We did that.
Hey.
Hold on. Let me say something. I'll let you end it because you word things. Lyneir, I'm gonna always go to him because he word things better than me. Mm-hmm. I got a very not a super short vocabulary, but sometimes I search for words and I just look at him like, go ahead, do your thing.
Right.
He got it.
Right.
At the end of the day, this podcast was to say, listen, talk to that person you ain't talked to in a minute. Let it go. If you know it ain't that serious, just talk to them. You have no clue. Mothers, if you going through it with your daughters, you have no clue your daughters is at home crying over you and talking to somebody. And they putting you in the back of their head, and pretty soon they're gonna mourn you, and you're still alive. You need to talk to them. Okay. Daddies, talk to your sons. Say it's okay to tell them it's okay to cry. Tell them that shit is okay. They might be dealing with shit with their mothers. Talk to them. Everyone should just, if it's not that big of a deal, just call them. Go see them. Go knock on your mama door. What's up, mama? Sit down and talk with them. Women, if you see him turning that corner into a dark stage. Rub his back. Ask, get it out of him. What's going on? What's going on?
Okay.
You know I love you. You know I'm here for you, right? You know you got me still. You know what I mean? You know we got to make this work for these kids. We got to get this together. We got to get you together. How will I get you together? How do I help here? Just let it out. I want you to cry. Let that. And you ain't got to tell them you want them to cry, but just let this out. People have to get it off their chest. And I tell my kids that a lot. Get it off your chest. Get it off your person. It's on your person.
Yeah.
Get it off you.
That's the truth.
Get that shit off you. And I think that would be how I would end that. And I'm gonna turn it over to him.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah, and same, man. Like exactly what he said. I really ain't gotta, touch on what he touched on again. Yeah, I'm just more of the part of like I'm excited that we finally doing this, and there's gonna be so many more deep conversations and things like that. So I'm, this is episode 1. You know what I mean?
1.
So yeah, we've been talking about it for months. I had to get my mental right to be able to do this and put the energy into it. But I woke up today and I was like, it's time. So yeah, Cultures versus Vultures. Again, Ronnie Brown will be on in future episodes
At some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very much a part of this. I just
Ronnie woke ass.
Well, yeah, woke. Right.
Ronnie woke ass.
That nigga so woke he ain't never been to sleep.
He ain't never been asleep, boy. He ain't never been asleep. We love him to death. He ain't been asleep at all.
Never been asleep.
Don't play with him.
Right.
Sleep.
Right. I don't get tired. Kevin Gates. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just so happy to have y'all a part of this. It really, really about to be something with this. So yeah, Cultures versus Vultures. We out.